Hi, my name is Christy Fitzgerald and I'm one of the Deputy Head Teachers here at Warden Park Academy. Throughout this presentation I'm going to talk a little bit about the curriculum and timetable for Year 7 students here at Warden Park. I'll cover what subjects you will study and how many hours throughout the timetable you will have those subjects. I'll talk about how your classes are organised. I'll talk about the timings of the day and very importantly where you'll go for break and lunch. So firstly, you'll have 5 periods per day. Your day will begin with tutor, which is in addition to those 5 periods. Your classes are arranged over a 2-week timetable. And so when we talk about classes and the timetable, we refer to as either week A or week B. And all of your timetable program and everything will be printed or displayed in either week A or week B. And you'll soon get used to this 2-week cycle. So let's have a look at the hours of each subject that you'll have.
You will study 8 hours of English per fortnight. You will have 7 hours of maths, 5 hours of science, 5 hours of PE, and in addition to the 5 hours of PE, our PE team also deliver health and well-being. And this is a lesson devoted to ensuring that not just your physical fitness is developed, but that your mental fitness is developed as well. Some of these lessons might be practical, looking at things like yoga and meditation, and others might be theory-based in the classroom, learning about the importance of our physical development and the way that we can ensure we remain physically healthy. We have 4 hours of technology per fortnight, and technology is delivered over a rotation of 3 subjects. This includes resistant materials, working with woods and timbers, graphics, working with cardboards and paper products, and computer-aided design, and food preparation and nutrition, where you'll get to learn how to cook healthy meals in the kitchen. You'll have 2 hours of art per fortnight. At Warden Park, students in Key Stage 3 study 2 languages, Spanish and French, and you'll have 3 hours for each of those languages. You'll have 3 hours of geography and 4 hours of history, and when you go through to Year 8, that swaps into reverse, where you'll have 4 hours of geography and 3 of history. Finally, our character-based subjects, character in action and learning about life. Character in action, you'll have 2 hours per fortnight, and this is a really, really important part of our curriculum. This lesson is where students really think about how we can best develop our character strengths across a range of opportunities, focusing on character traits such as respect, resilience, determination, confidence, all the while building important skills in our oracy and how we speak and how we present ourselves throughout our school and also beyond. Learning about life, another really important part of our curriculum, is where you'll learn about digital safety, careers, religion, and other important aspects such as finance and money that you will need not just through your time at Warden Park, but in your life beyond. And finally, our computer science curriculum is delivered in intensive drop-down days, which will occur throughout the year, doing things like robotic workshops and computing workshops. Let's talk now about how classes are organised. The year group is divided into 2 halves, with tutor groups 1 from across the communities in one half, and tutor groups 2 from across the communities in the other. English classes are then made up of one half of the year group, so tutor groups 1 from each of the communities will form a mixture of English sets on one half of the year group, and the remaining tutor groups will form the English sets on the other. English is delivered in mixed ability groups, and these are arranged by the English department. This is the same for the maths sets, which are also delivered in mixed ability, and again are taught in halves of the year group, with tutor groups 1 from across the community in maths sets and tutor groups 2 in the other half. Science and all of the other subjects listed here in green form part of our mixed block, and these blocks are delivered in tutor groups. so students will spend the largest portion of their time with their tutor group. PE in health and wellbeing is blocked similarly to English and maths, in that half of the year group will have PE in health and wellbeing at the same time. So tutor groups 1, the sets will be made up from students across those tutor groups, and tutor group 2 will make up the other half. Technology is delivered slightly differently, and students will find themselves with students of their own tutor group and one other. Again, all of our subjects at Key Stage 3 are delivered in mixed ability groups.
So let's talk now about the timings of the day. You'll soon get used to these timings, and this will be one of the biggest differences as you move from primary to secondary. So we start our day lining up in your designated year area, and so most students arrive sort of between 8:30 and 8:45, but you must be in lineup before 8:50. And then you'll go off to tutor, which runs until 9:15. At 9:15, you'll move to your Period 1 lesson. Period 1 goes from 9:15 to 10:15. We then move to Period 2, and Period 2 is an important one because it contains your break. Your break is actually in the middle of your Period 2 lesson. So you'll start your Period 2 lesson, do half the lesson, and then you'll move out to break time, which is for 15 minutes. At the end of the 15 minutes, you'll head back to your Period 2 lesson. Period 3 starts at 11:30, and that goes to 12:30. At 12:30, a bit like Period 2, we now have Period 4, which includes your lunch period. So 12:30 to 1 o'clock, you'll be in your Period 4 lesson. At 1 o'clock, you'll head out to lunch. At 1:25, you'll head back into your Period 4 lesson for the second half. Your final lesson of the day is at 1:55 until 2:55, where your day is then finished, and you'll head out to either the buses or walking home or getting picked up at the end of your day. Year 7 are dismissed with Year 8, so Year 7 and 8 get to walk out of school together, and the older students follow a little bit later. So let's talk about where you go for break and lunch. So all year groups have their own designated spaces and toilets throughout the break and lunch period. The photo you can see there on the screen is the Year 7 space throughout the summer months. So your break and lunch you will get from the assembly hall, which is set up like a cafeteria. And all of that space on the fields is yours, just Year 7 throughout break and lunch. And there's space for football as well. During the colder months, we do move you on to the tennis courts at the front, but we do encourage students to go out and get fresh air all throughout the year. So it's important to bring your coats and wet weather gear on those colder days. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of information about what your day will look like when you start here in September. We're delighted you're joining us, and we can't wait to see you, and we look forward to welcoming you soon. Thanks for listening.